What's up, everybody? My name is Fishworld War here, and welcome back to Beacon Pines. In the last episode, we don't want to talk about that because it kind of ended in a cliffhanger. You can go watch it for yourself. But we're going to continue on like nothing even happened with the other side of our story with Secret Lair.
Summer forged ahead, but the nights only seemed to grow colder. Luca walked home slowly under the pale starlight, cautious to avoid any more surprises lurking in the shadows. Reaching home, he slipped quietly into bed, half dreading what they might discover the next day.
Keep in mind, I did skip this part, so this might not seem like anything new. What time is it? Let's go find out. It might be Rollo. I'm coming! Good grief almighty. Yep. Rollo, what on earth is this? That ridiculous thing on your head. Oh, this? It helps me think. You're gonna need a lot more of those. Joke all you want. We'll see who's laughing when I crack this case wide open. The coast is clear? Yep, whatever she's been up to this week, it's been keeping her busy most of the day. Very well. The game is afoot.
Luca and Beck
Really?
rolled their eyes as Rollo strutted across the room.
What are you going all Sherlock Holmes on me? If I were a Gran, where would I hide my deepest, darkest secrets? Perhaps where you might least expect it.
Rollo flung open the cabinet with confidence.
Aha!
He coughed as a veil of dust hit his face.
I think it's safe to assume anything that dusty isn't what we're looking for. Or maybe that's what she wants you to think. Then again, any good detective knows not to trust their first hunch. First hunches are for suckers. Okay. Eureka! She's lit a fire in order to burn the evidence. She keeps that fire going every day, Rollo. Drat. It may already be too late. Just think of the mounds of documents lost to ash. Okay. I'm gonna stop you right there. Can we just think for a moment? Luca, is there anywhere Gran doesn't want you to go? Yeah. The closet upstairs. So maybe it stands to reason that we should check there first? No dice. It's locked. Well, well, well. Look who stands to reason now. And I have no idea where the key is. If it really is important, then she probably keeps it with her. Anywhere else? She has her berry bushes. Who has ever thought, I'm going to take this important thing and huck it in a bush? True. Anything else? Maybe something out of the ordinary? Well, she is always worried I'll break her fancy dishware in the kitchen. But it doesn't matter anyway. I can't reach the latch.
A look of realization crept onto Luca's face. All three kids snapped to glance at each other, then sprinted in turn toward the kitchen.
Time to break some shit! Alright, Rollo. This is your time to shine. Ah, yes. You've called upon my expert detective skills. Now I shall proceed with...
Before he could finish, Luca scrambled up Rollo's back.
Hey, this isn't my idea of detective work. Every squad needs a good lockpick. And every good lockpick needs a sturdy head to sit on. This is beneath my standing. Stop complaining and hold still. Got it! Nice.
The three crowded around the hutch to peer in. With the glass doors opened, a perfect porcelain display gleamed in front of them. Their eyes searched for anything amiss. But the only distinct feature was its impeccability.
Well, that was anticlimactic. Yeah. I really don't know what we were expecting. Like, oh hey, let me just yank on this random teacup and...
As Beck pulled on one of the teacups, it slanted forward with a hollow click. The entire hutch began to rustle and slide under its own power.
Seems like a Gran has been doing some remodeling. Dude, only two types of people have secret layers. Evil masterminds and superheroes. So, which one do you think she is? We're about to find out. Down we go. Whoa! Okay, so more of an unhinged conspiracy vibe? Oh, wow. Yeah, this cannot be good. We need to look around before jumping to conclusions. Agreed. What do we have here? Barrels marked caution, explosive. And jam jars? That's enough jam to heat the whole town. Uh-oh. What kind of incendiary jam is your Graham making? Incendiary. Ooh. She wouldn't have had me walking around delivering bombs. Right? Only way we're gonna find out.
Rollo casually spun open a lid and dipped his finger in the jam.
Huckleberries.
He smacked his lips.
And a hint of brown sugar. And ink? What?
Rollo plunged his hand in the jar, fishing out a soggy slip of paper.
Aha!
Rollo offered the slimy note to Luca and licked his fingers clean.
Addressed to Mrs. Fertelli. A grand jam, Graham? It says last night I used the disguise Eris provided to scout the location. The timing window should be possible. Operation Spark Plug is a go. Aw, man, are they doing a heist? Whatever it is, it can't be good. So more of a bombshell than a bomb, am I right? You're new here, so I'll let it slide. I'm the bad joke guy around here. That's right, I'm the eggplant guy! Huh. So they are not bombs, but rather their discreet way of moving messages around. What the hell? Oh.
Luca jostled each cabinet drawer in turn. Only one was unlocked. He fingered through the filing cabinet, pausing at a bulging folder labeled Walter.
His father's name.
For a long moment, he just stared at it.
What you got there? It's my dad. Looks like some of his old medical files. Your dad was a doctor?
Luca nodded and caressed the label with his thumb.
Well, are you gonna read it? Here, let me help.
Rollo swiped the folder from the drawer and began leafing through the pages. He whistled to himself, barely looking at the text.
How about you actually read some of it? One sec. Dense documents such as this are a lot like a cheeseburger. It's best to skip right to the middle. That's where all the meaty bits live. Wow, I had no idea we're in the presence... I had no idea we were in the presence of the preeminent scholar in dense documents and cheeseburgers. By all means, proceed.
He stopped at a page and mimed, holding up a monocle.
Ah, here we are. Follow-up examination of Terrence Wilby. Patient shows further signs of paleness and malice. Body temperatures continue to drop. He now describes soreness of muscles and joints. This is similar to the symptoms exhibited by Mrs. Wilby just a few days past. Still waiting on labs results from Joseph.
Rollo looked up with heightened surprise.
See? Creepy. Yeah, that's kind of disturbing. Who's Joseph? That's Mr. Nuncreed's name. Wait.
Rollo's finger traced across the page.
There's more scribbled in the margins. Could it be contagious? Mr. Wilby claims the tap water at his home has been contaminated. Perhaps environmental? Lab results only raise more questions. It's like he came back to this report later and made those notes. So it might be related to something else.
Rollo scanned through several more pages.
Here! The writing looks shaky. I just couldn't help her. This disease, or whatever it is, progresses so fast. And with his wife passing, Terrence's condition continues to follow close behind. Exhilarated by the loss. Though enough is enough. I need to take matters into my own hands.
Luca, staring blankly at the cabinet this whole time, spoke softly.
What does it say next?
Rollo rustled the folder, trying to loose more pages.
That's where it ends. What? There has to be more.
Luca frantically shoved the remaining cabinet folders, trying to find another labeled Walter.
Luca, I think that's the only one. It's alphabetical, see? What does he mean enough is enough? How did he take matters into his own hands? This is bullshit. Agreed.
Luca slammed the drawer shut. A spider web of string connected photos of people from the town, interspersed with hastily scrawled notes.
Well, she sure has kept herself busy. Is your Grand a serial killer? Cause I'm starting to get a vibe. Don't be ridiculous. Sure, she's just tracking the movements of everyone in town. Out of the kindness of her heart. She put little symbols by some of them. Yeah, Miss Lundcreed has a check mark. The clipboards are all in a big circle. My moms are both on here. Both with question marks? Gus Valentine has a question mark. Oh, the mayor? Heiress has a question mark, but that's been crossed out. And, Mr. Kerr has a bullseye. The killer has chosen her next victim. We don't know what any of this means. Whatever it means, it's probably not good.
They crowded around a worn-down old map of Beacon Pines.
And the music just tuned down. Cool. This looks like a treasure map. Not every old map is a treasure map, Rollo. Yeah, but every treasure map is an old map. Fair enough. Can't fault that logic. Look, there's even a pathway drawn on it. It starts at the entrance of town. And if we follow
Rollo
it,
carefully traced the path with his finger.
leads right to
He jabbed down at the end point.
Town Square? That's the fountain in the middle of town. Wasn't the fountain missing when we were in that snowy version, the real version of Beacon Pines? What a weird place to hide treasure. Rollo, that doesn't look like treasure to me. The end of the path on that, the end of the path on that map has the same symbol as those explosives over there. So it's not hiding treasure. A real bummer. Rollo, what's the thing you've been excited about for the past month? The festival. Did you say gulp? This feels like a gulp kind of situation. Everyone will be gathered near the center of town. She's gonna blow up the festival! Not if we stop her. Uh-oh. What was that?
Luca looked up from the map.
What was that? No, I heard it too. That was the front door. Which means someone just shut the front door. Which means someone's upstairs! Shh, quiet. Hit the lights.
Beck flicked off the light, and they became statues in the dark. Overhead, creaking floorboards bent under slow, deliberate steps. The kids looked up, the tilt of their necks following each footfall. Then suddenly, it stopped. Without realizing, they'd been holding their breath. All three exhaled shakily and glanced at each other. A muffled male voice broke the silence.
Oh, it's that one orchard guy. Hello?
The final few footsteps reached the entrance above them, and the voice now echoed down the stairs.
Anyone down here?
The three kids shuffled to the corners without a peep. As he began to descend the stairs, the man's voice punctuated every new step. Thump,
Yoo-hoo!
thump,
I'm not here to hurt anyone.
thump,
I'm just here to help. Just...
thump. At the bottom step, the man paused, squinting to search the room for signs of life.
Huh. Guess it's nothing.
Rollo shifted suddenly. Luca gave him an intense, chastising look and whispered through clenched teeth.
Rollo, don't!
It was too late. Rollo was already inching toward the stairway. He screeched as he charged toward the shadowy figure.
Flippin' chicken coop!
With all his weight, Rollo tackled the man to the ground.
Rollo? Mysterious creepy man? Anyone there?
From the dark corner, they saw something move.
Well, I didn't know I had it in me. But there was only one way to find out. Holy crap, Lolo, that was awesome. Wait, did you just kill that person?
Luca scrambled to the hunched figure on the ground. Pressing his fingers to the man's neck, he sighed with relief.
Well, you sure clobbered him good, Rolo. He is knocked out cold.
As Beck flicked back on the light, Luca and Rollo both gasped in stereo.
Mr. Tolliver?
Chapter 7.
Actually, Chapter 7?
The Interrogation of Hiram Tolliver.
Let's get some answers out of this guy.
Still unconscious, Mr. Tolliver slumped heavily in a shoddy old chair. His hands were bound with rope, his feet tied with some loose string. The kids huddled in a circle, discussing their plan. One thing was certain, they couldn't just let Mr. Tolliver go. They needed to know what he was doing in Luca's house. After some deliberation, it was decided.
Good cop, hard cop.
They'd run the classic good cop, hard cop interrogation. Rollo brandished a steely gaze. I've got this. Read about it 100 times. Rollo swaggered past the chair which propped up the slumping Hiram Tolliver. Without even looking at his captive, he began with a long, blustery drawl.
Well, Mr. Tolliver.
Mr. Tolliver remained motionless. Rollo spun around to face him. He'd clearly expected to rouse Mr. Tolliver with his booming voice.
Mr. Tolliver?
Beck and Luca gave each other an unsure glance. Rollo slammed his fist on the table.
I said, Mr. Tolliver!
He grabbed the table lamp and beamed it onto the unconscious face. Mr. Tolliver groaned and slowly lifted his head. He recoiled with a muddled, weary squint.
What in the world?
The chair wobbled as he attempted to straighten up.
Who's there?
Mr. Tolliver could only make out rough shapes through the glaring light. With a gruff tone, Rollo hoped to both conceal his voice and intimidate.
I'll be asking the questions here, punk. Now hold on. Let's just calm down. Oh, I am calm. Calm as a carrot in dirt. As for you, looks like you're sweating.
The doubtful expression on Beck and Luca's faces transformed into awe.
We could do this my way, or... well, let's just say I've never needed any other way.
Rollo, hitting his stride, was now channeling every detective trope his memory could recall. He slammed the table again.
Now dance! What? I don't even...
Tolliver's voice became desperate. He was nearly in tears.
You've tied me down. How on earth could I dance? Dance with your mouth, punk! Spill the beans! What are you doing poking around this house? I'm here to help Juniper. To make sure everything's ready. Oh, so we're eating cahoots with Gran? Gran?
Mr. Tolliver was in a daze, now more confused than ever.
Gonna help her blow the festival, eh? Blow up the festival? Good lord!
His head, feeling more and more dizzy.
No, you got it all wrong. Where is she now? She's headed to the source. Source? What's the source? It's where
His voice faded to a whisper.
the town began. Where it all began. What is this? What is Operation Sparkplug?
With that, Mr. Tolliver passed out cold. Rollo swung around with a repentant grimace.
Damn, Rollo. I think you went a little too hard on him. What did he say about the source? It's where the town began? We need more information. Yeah, but we better not push Mr. Tolliver any further. Is there anyone else who might know more? What about the History Museum? Just got set up for the festival. Nah, that tent was put up by the Valentines. Everything they do is just a bunch to fluff up to It's just a bunch of fluff to glorify themselves. Is there anything more reliable? The library. If there's any information about this source thing, Kato can help us find it. Let's go get some answers. This is a dang nice library. Thanks, we work hard on it. Aren't you a little too adorable to be a librarian? Aww. Oh, Kato hung out here so much, they eventually gave him a set of keys. I just keep an eye on the place for Miss Novak sometimes. They got you working for free? It's quiet, and I get access to all the books I can read. What more could a person want? Fair enough. What can I do for you all? We need a favor. I already told you and Rollo. If I can't put you any higher on the wait list for the next Hank Atomic. And if you're here with more candy, I'll have you know I can't be bought. Called a personal code of conscience. Actually, we're looking to do some research. Now you're speaking my language. What are you looking for? That's the thing. We sort of don't know. What do you got on history on the town? There's the county record archives. What's in those? Births, deaths, newspaper clippings, stuff like that. Pretty boring reading. But they do go all the way back to when the town was founded. Great, we'll start there.
Chapter 8.
We must be making headway somehow.
6 feet under, 3 towns over.
6 feet under, 3 towns over. What the hell does that mean?
The kids spent the rest of the afternoon combing through dusty piles of old county records, desperately searching for anything that could help them make sense of Mr. Tolliver's cryptic utterance. Luca tried to shake the thought of Gran's basement, but his focus wavered. Explosives, messages hidden in jam, dossiers on various town figures, and a corkboard threaded with photos. Gran was the only family he had left. He still couldn't bring himself to believe the worst. But the old map with the symbol of explosives in town square made that difficult. As the sun began to set, the kids were no closer to the truth.
If I have to read any more records, my eyeballs are gonna pop. We have to keep digging. If I dig another word, I'm gonna end up in one of these asinine death records. Rollo Cotter lived a full and wonderful life till he read so much boring crud that his brain oozed out of his ears.
Rollo shut his book with an assertive nod.
If you got a better idea, spit it out. You sound like my sister. Keep pushing your luck, pal. And it won't be boring country records that kill you. I'll put you in the obituaries myself.
Rollo muttered under his breath.
Your county record. Really? That's the best you got? When I'm done with you, you'll be the footnote in history. Just like...
Slammed her finger down on the open page before glancing down to read.
J. Hartford here. I love to see you try. Hey. We're all a little tired here. Let's take a minute and...
Something tickled the back of Luca's mind.
Wait, what was that name back? In the obit? J. Hartford. From the Brookfield Tribune 8 years ago. That can't be right. What is it? J. Hartford. That's my grand's name. Juniper Hartford. Maybe there were 2 J. Hartfords? Miss Hartford is survived by her younger daughter, E. Hartford. Eleanor, his mother. My mom's name is Eleanor. Okay, this is getting creepy. If your grand is 6 feet under, 3 towns over, then who am I living with?
The question hung in the air.
That's eerie. Alright, gang, I gotta close up for the night.
Beck rubbed her eyes.
How late is it? Almost 10. Ah, crap, Pa's gonna kill me. I gotta go. Yeah, my parents will be worried sick. Alright, let's meet up as early as we can at the festival tomorrow. What are you gonna do about the unconscious man in your basement? I'll think of something.
Luca's heart was pounding as he approached the house. If he was lucky, Gran, or whoever it was, hadn't gotten back yet. And of course, there was Mr. Tolliver tied up and unconscious in the basement.
And God knows how long that's been going on for.
Dealing with him would be the first order of business.
Assuming no one's inside in the first
Luca
place.
shook out his arms to calm his nerves before entering.
Oh no.
He held perfectly still, tempering his breath and to listen closely.
Hi, Gran.
She was asleep. His only hope was that she hadn't found Mr. Tolliver before dozing off.
Well, it's still open. And he's missing. Oh no.
Mr. Tolliver was nowhere to be seen.
Maybe he woke up, escaped from his bindings, and left without a trace?
Or maybe Gran knew everything.
What do I do?
Luca's hungry stomach groaned. Not realizing it, he'd gone the entire day without eating.
Okay, I can figure this out. I just need a little brain food.
Luca rushed over to the pile of jam jars, unscrewed one, and shoveled a handful into his mouth.
I'm afraid your jam delivery will be delayed.
He flipped the lid to read the label.
Mr. Nuncreed. Oh, now I can think. So if Gran knows we tied up Mr. Tolliver, I'm screwed. If she doesn't know, then I need to play it cool. I guess the only option is to go to bed and act as if nothing is wrong. Gran will think Mr. Tolliver finished what he was sent to do and left when he was done. Assuming she's not already awake. And she's gone! Oh, fuck. Gran? Okay, stick to the plan. Go to bed and play cool.
As Luca climbed the final stair, the emotion of the day dragged heavily on him. With each consecutive step, his legs weakened.
Something was in that jam, wasn't it? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on. Just a quick sec. Roll this back a little bit. Roll this back a little bit here. Remember when we were sent out to deliver the jam? But Gran told us to deliver Mr. Duncree's jam last? I think whatever she or they put in that type of jam for Mr. Duncree may be having an adverse effect. Maybe Gran wanted Mr. Duncree out of the picture, and this was her way of doing so. But instead, Luca got hold of it.
His stride began to falter. He tried to grab for the railing to steady himself.
And he's gonna fall right off the stairs.
Something was wrong.
Come on, legs. Just a few more steps.
Luca groaned and tried to move.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Just how fast it was. It wasn't like, boom. It was, whoosh. I meant to slap my desk on like that, but apparently my camera decided to have other plans.
His limbs might as well have been bolted to the ground.
Maybe.
Through numb lips, he mumbled just before falling asleep.
The germ? Well, technically they did tell us to go to sleep. They didn't say exactly how or where. So mission accomplished, I guess. Sweet boy. What did you get into? What did you get yourself into? Rest now, and let me handle everything. Oh, she dragged him. I was like, what the heck?
Chapter 9. A speech to end all speeches.
We're definitely on the right track here.
Luca awoke to find himself face down in bed.
Again.
He moaned into his pillow. Why would Gran drug him? Or rather, why was she trying to drug Mr. Nuncreed?
Was I say Duncreed? Oops.
Shaking the questions from his woozy head, Luca snapped back to the matter at hand.
The festival. Well, regardless of what Gran has in store, we need to find out what's happening. It's Oh. Where have you been? Gran put something in the jam. Yeah, we know. Secret messages for conspirators. Not this one. The one intended for Mr. Duncree. Put me to sleep. Whoa, ho, ho. Sly devil. I think she's trying to remove him from the equation. He might be in danger. Have you found anything? We've looked around, but haven't seen anything odd. Your Gran is nowhere to be found. But Mr. Nuncreed is just loafing around waiting for the speech. What speech? Mayor Gus just got up to the podium. Everyone's gathering at the stage. Let's get moving. Right.
Augustus Valentine nervously wiped his brow.
Is this thing... hello, Beacon Pines. I am Augustus Valentine, your mayor, and... I suppose you already know that. Oh yes. Before we get started, just wanted to take a moment to recognize someone who couldn't be here today. This town wouldn't be here without my father, Sharper Valentine. So I thought we could begin with a round of applause, befitting for such a great man. Even that's more than the old codger deserved.
Gus cleared his throat and awkwardly loosened his tie.
Right, where was I?
William Kerr bounded on the stage with the energy of a preacher at a big tent revival.
Gus Valentine, everyone!
He gave Gus a hearty slap on the back and motioned him off the stage.
Let's hear it for our mayor! What a great turnout! Ah, heck, I didn't prepare anything. But I suppose I could say a few words. Would be a shame to waste such a beautiful podium.
Mr. Kerr pulled a thick stack of note cards out from his vest.
Oh dear. Community, conviction, commitment. These are the things we celebrate at Perennial Harvest. For us, these are the pillars of the bridge to a better tomorrow. But I think it's time to add a new pillar. Change. Change is a powerful thing. It's inexorable, unavoidable, and undeniable. And I am dang gum thankful for it. Change is the reason we're all gathered here today. It's hard for me to believe that it was only 4 years ago when fate brought me here. A simple business trip which brought me to a small town which would change my life forever.
Mr. Kerr took a moment to survey the crowd.
You know what?
He wiped away a single tear.
Oh my God, no one cares. From the second I set foot in Beacon Pines, something about this place held me captive. You see, change represents opportunity. It represents potential. It was change that helped me recognize the potential of this place. To see the people of this great town, despite suffering great loss, still held on to the things that made them special.
He thumped the podium to emphasize each word.
Community, conviction, commitment, change.
Mr. Kerr nodded confidently, biting his lip. The crowd was silent, in rapt attention.
Fate made a perfect match that day. Nothing more important to you all than community. And Perennial Harvest is a community first and foremost.
Mr. Kerr methodically made eye contact with each section of the crowd.
The only way you... Oh, I accidentally went back one too many. That's okay. A conviction that is better tomorrow... That a better tomorrow was just over the horizon. Perennial Harvest was founded on the conviction that we are that horizon. This festival is a symbol of our commitment to each other.
His voice began to build to a crescendo.
We now walk hand in hand into a future we will shape together. And that is what change is all about. Grabbing the future by the scruff of the neck and making things happen. Change is a choice. I am tickled pink that we will all be making that choice together. How great is that? Just imagine what we could accomplish. Uh-oh. That sounded familiar. What was that?
The crowd began to look around nervously.
Don't worry, a little thunder isn't going to ruin this day. Everyone remain calm.
Mr. Kerr quickly flicked through his note cards.
Where was I? Through all my travels, I have learned one thing. One always reaps what they sow. We have all planted a lot of good in this town. And so it is with a happy heart that I
He
proclaim
raised his hands up to the heavens.
our harvest awaits. What the fuck? Not this again? Come on!
At that moment, a merciless wall of impossibly cold air ripped through the crowd, instantly freezing everyone and everything it touched.
Not this again! Come on! Where's the fucking happy ending?
For a man like William Kerr, this was a fitting way for things to end.
Oh, the bastard knew what was coming.
On a stage, with an entire town frozen in rapt attention for the rest of time. The end.
You motherfucker!
There's that ice again! Whenever I think we're getting close, it comes along and ruins everything!
You're damn right!
Maybe we should just quit?
No.
Maybe you should just close the book, walk away, and never think of me again.
No, we can't give up. Quitters are for idiots. Quitting's for idiots. We must push forward.
No, I don't mean that.
No, of course you don't.
Got a little closer this time.
A
We
little.
just need to try again. Please.
All right. Ooh, we got more options. Let's double check all of our available things. Okay. Time to go back. We also got Sly this time. Man, this is getting good. Alright, time to run Chill Cop.
They'd run the classic good cop, chill cop interrogation.
I'll handle this. Just gotta play cool.
Luca walked calmly to the light switch, flicking it off and on a few times. Mr. Tolliver shook his head, gathering his wits.
Golly, I sure got my bell rung.
He looked over to find Luca, who returned a calming grin.
Sorry, Mr. Tolliver. This was all a big mistake. Luca, what's going on here? Why do you have you strapped down? No one's fault, really. Rollo just got a little startled. Rollo's here?
Rollo and Beck emerged from hiding to give a timid wave.
Well, alright. Mistakes happen. You kids gave old Hiram a good scare. Just get me out of these robes and call it even.
Luca glanced over to Rollo and Beck, who replied with skeptical looks.
Mr. Tolliver, why are you in my grand's basement? I'm here to help, of course. Help with what? What's my grand up to? If you'll just cut me loose, I can show you. How do you know we can trust you?
Mr. Tolliver exhaled with disappointment.
Luca, have I ever done wrong by you? No. And since your grand moved to town, have I been nothing but welcoming? Yeah. So why would I turn my back on your family now? It's just, all this stuff seems pretty weird. A board with names of people from town, archives of my dad's old disturbing patient notes,
Luca gestured to the corner.
barrels of explosives? I can explain everything. You just need to untie me. You kids deserve an explanation.
Luca looked again to Rollo and Beck. This time they shrugged. Luca began to slowly loosen the bindings.
Why do I have a feeling something bad's gonna happen?
Mr. Tolliver gently rubbed his wrists.
That's a good lad. This will all make sense in time.
He edged imperceptibly toward the stairs as he spoke.
You see, this town has secrets, Luca. A very dark past indeed.
Before the kids had even noticed his movement, Mr. Tolliver was at the light switch.
A past that must be brought to
He punctuated his final words by flicking the switch and rushing up the stairs.
light. Of course. Son of a...
Darted to the wall and turned back on the lights. It was too late. Rollo confirmed what they all heard.
He just locked us down here.
Mr. Tolliver's muffled voice came from behind the door.
I wasn't lying, you know. This is for your own good. You kids just keep tight down there and let the adults handle this.
They looked bewildered at each other.
Play cool, huh? Not now, Beck.
They heard the staccato thump of quick steps exiting the house. The kids looked down in resignation.
Not the right choice, I assume.
This isn't how it goes in Hank Atomic. For some reason, they'd always assumed it was up to them to save their town.
Still is. We just need to keep finding the right one.
Luca opened his mouth, hoping to conjure some magical words to make this right. Only a hollow croak escaped. The end. Well, we certainly aren't going to find a grand resolution to our tale locked in a basement.
Damn right not.
Back to the drawing board.
Alright, well, there's only one other choice to choose here. Time to go with the sly.
They'd run the classic good cop, sly cop interrogation. Luca and Rollo ducked behind a barrel, leaving Beck to her task. With a few crisp snaps, she roused Mr. Tolliver.
What? What's going on here? You're that Modeville girl. Please, call me Beck. Sorry about all this.
Mr. Tolliver looked down and shifted a bit, testing his restraints.
It seems there's been a mix-up. You see, I'm down here for the same reason you are. Juniper sent you here?
Beck caught herself before letting the surprise manifest on her face. She'd already gotten him to reveal his relation to Gran. This was gonna be easy.
You know Juniper is with her. You know how Juniper is with her precautions. Operation Sparkplug has us all on edge. I guess she thought you needed some backup, but she sent a child. Better way to avoid prying eyes. Who would suspect a kid? I suppose that makes sense.
Mr. Tolliver wriggled a bit in his restraints.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Beck quickly removed the ropes.
That had to be uncomfortable. A little, yeah. But you understand. We never know who to trust in this town.
Mr. Tolliver rubbed the growing knot on his forehead.
Very true. So it turns out we're both here
Beck
to
twirled her hand, as if to prompt Mr. Tolliver to finish her thought.
destroy the evidence.
Beck shook her head and clicked her tongue.
Yep, the old gal is nothing if not thorough.
Mr. Tolliver let out an amused huff in agreement.
Sure is. Can't blame her though. If anyone were to find out where we're going to destroy the source, we both know how bad that might be. No one will know anything once I finish cleaning things up down here.
Beck was on a roll now, playing Mr. Tolliver like a fiddle.
You sure you can finish this up on your own? Juniper trusted me for a reason. You can leave the rest to me. Good. There's one more loose end I'll go work on. Loose end? Oh, it's nothing really. The other day I had the radio on scan while restocking the candy shelf. And wouldn't you know it, I intercepted an odd phrase in a perennial harvest transmission. Underground secrets. That's ominous. I think it might be a password, but Juniper dismissed it. Said it wasn't mission critical. What's the password for? We don't know. So we have a password and nowhere to put it. It's got to mean something, right? Good thinking. We should probably go work that out. I've got this under control. That's a relief. Between you and me, this basement gives me the willies.
Heading for the stairs, Mr. Tolliver hesitated and turned to Beck with a puzzled look. She grinned and gave him a peppy wave. With a shrug, he continued up the stairs, whistling a jaunty tune.
You guys catch that? Sure did. This whole time, Mr. Tolliver's had a candy shelf. But all he ever sells us is apples!
Beck blinked slowly in disappointment.
Hell, I would too. The password, Rollo? Sure, but once things are back to normal, I'll be having a word with Mr. Tolliver about that candy shelf. Fine. In the meantime, I've got an idea.
She turned to the table and began tearing small scraps of paper.
He said he heard a password on the radio, and a good spy transmission is never what it seems.
Beck marked each scrap of paper and leaned back.
We just need to find the hidden meeting. Okay. What's another word for underground? Buried, covered. Could it be a cover-up? Maybe it's one of those letters and number thingies. So U would be 21. N would be 14. D would be... Ooh. It's an anagram. Nuncreed's drugstore.
Luca and Beck looked at Rollo with amazement.
Rollo, that was incredible. Yeah, even I'm impressed. Well, it's either Kren's new Kren's new drugstore. Yeah, I think you were right the first time. How'd you do that? Well, what can I say? I love ciphers. Well, I guess we know where to go next. Onward! Oh! You scared me half to death. Sorry. You kids haven't seen Mr. Tolliver around, have you? Nope. He got me waiting around like the last slice of pie. I swear that man would be late to his own funeral. Let's move on like nothing happened. Huh. Looks like Mr. Sinclair is missing. Can we go inside of this place? Nope. Okay. Oh. You're late, Augustus. Sorry, sister. Was caught up with work. Work? You. I have few details to lock down before the festival. Oh, and what do you have to report? What is this insipid town festival really about? I think
Gus looked around nervously.
Mr. Crow really does just want to do some good for the town. He's actually a pretty nice guy. You should spend some time with him. I didn't pull strings installing you as mayor so that you can make friends. Your job is to help me figure out what kind of perennial harvest true intentions are with this town. We have a responsibility. This is our father's town. Was. Excuse me? This was our father's town. He's gone now, Eris, and he isn't coming back. Father's left us with nothing but problems. Mr. Kerr came here and offered to help us. We accepted that help. We didn't agree to them turning Father's warehouse into a toxic dumping ground. That's just a temporary arrangement. The glow can be seen from our damned backyard. They are dumping their nasty little secrets on us. When all this inevitably goes wrong, who do you think will be blamed?
Eris's cry hung in the air.
We have a new choice to make now, sister. This town is going to change whether we like it or not. Are we going to choose to be a part of that future or be forgotten in the past? It's a shame. Father named you Augustus. You always will be just a Gus. Good night, Eris. I'll see you at breakfast tomorrow. It's getting late, children. Yeah, well, we still got stuff to get done. Book lady! Surely you must have something for me. Knowledge, he spat with a sneer. There exists a gulf between knowing something and being able to do a damn thing about it. I hate it. I do hate when the villain makes a good point. Moving on. Wait. Where were we headed again? Oh, Nuncreeds. Good grief. Oh, mine. Oh, Solomon's here.
Solomon stood proudly at the entrance to the drugstore, holding a brown bag overflowing with black licorice.
Hey, Solomon. We're looking for Mr. Nuncreed. Is he still in there? I'm afraid not. Then where'd you get the candy from? You might say we have an arrangement.
Solomon shoveled a surprising amount of licorice into his mouth.
Sometimes it's the small pleasures in life. Though we might not always have family to rely on, licorice has never let me down. Well, I can't say licorice was my first choice, but whatever floats your boat. You can tell a lot about a person by the trace of confection. Oh yeah, I guess. I like sour gobs. I'm certain you do. I've always wondered why Mr. Nuncreed kept licorice in stock. You must eat enough of it to keep it worthwhile. There are many ways to earn loyalty. For some, it's as easy as cold hard cash. Very true. Well, he's right. It's locked. There's gotta be more clues. Okay, let's see. answer's gotta be around here somewhere. Oh, the phone booth's lit up. Have you ever seen anyone actually use this thing? I'm on to something. The music just faded. Besides Mr. Nuncreed, no.
Beck cupped her hands on the glass to peek inside.
That's not a normal phone booth. It's got like a blinky keypad. Why would there be a blinky keypad? Kren's new drugstore! I mean, underground secrets! The password!
Beck flung open the door and they all squeezed in.
Yes. Alright, let's see here.
Luca cracked his knuckles and entered the letters into the keypad.
Underground secrets. Sounds like that did something. Great. Now what? I guess we...
The inside of the phone booth dropped loose from its shell. Without even the space to panic, they closed their eyes, held their breath, and accepted their fate. Suddenly, the chaotic descent slowed to an effortless landing. It was unclear where they ended up, but at least it was solid ground.
Oh, shoot.
The air was stagnant and smelled vaguely of chlorine.
I knew it. You knew there was a secret hub full of strange tubes under the phone booth? Didn't think so. Of course I did. Didn't I say that? No. I definitely thought it. Luca, do you remember when I said how cool it would be if the trans-dimensional conduits from Hank Atomic issue number 12 were real? Rollo, at one point or another, you've said that about every technology ever discussed in Hank Atomic. That's why I'm such a good predictor. It looks like each of these has something written on them. This suit has a broken mask. So we have found our mysterious warehouse keeper. Or creeper, I didn't see that. If we've at least found their hazmat suits. If it walks like a Nuncreed and talks like a Nuncreed, let's not jump to conclusions. Just saying. Very true. Mining Operations Alpha. You guys have mines here? Not that I know of. This town is all farms and fertilizer. And a series of tubes. That always says you can only trust a miner up to the point when they hit gold. Not sure how that wisdom applies to in this exact situation. That's the thing about Pa. You don't really realize what he means until it's too late. Perennial Harvest main office. That's where my mom works. What does she do? Sign stuff? Is she involved in all this? We just moved here. How could she be involved? True. Valentine Fertilizer Warehouse. Isn't that where I almost got snacks? Yeah. Why would Perennial Harvest have it too going to the old Valentine place? This is starting to feel like something big. That's a lot of buttons. Stand aside, Earthlings. I've run enough Hank Atomic to know my way around sci-fi tech.
Rollo's hands hovered over the field of blinking buttons.
Eeny, meeny, miny. Rollo, what did you do? Nothing? I didn't even mow yet! What was that? Hide? Where? There's nothing but weird tubes down here. Just get back. Shit. 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 Awesome! I was about to say shit again. Awesome! Y'all need to come with me now. We're not going anywhere with you. Not until we get some answers. Mr. Underground Secrets. I told them this was an absurd password. But they love anything that makes them feel clever. They who? That's no matter. If I keep you hidden until after the festival, I might be able to save your skins. We don't care about our skins. Hold on now. I like my skin. This all stops now, Nuncreed.
Joseph waited for a moment in silence.
You sound just like him. Who? Walt. You don't get to talk about my dad. You know, your father and I were friends back before.
He gestured toward the strange tubes.
All of this. That's a lie. It's true. I used to balance you on my knee. What happened? Same thing that always happens. Reality, complications, life. We were a team, Walt and I. An idealistic doctor and a bright-eyed pharmacist. Both hell-bent on helping folks. So you were his sidekick? No. We were partners. He helped the patients, and I helped him. Yep, total sidekick.
Nuncreed let out a growl of a sigh.
Luca, I need you to know this. I need someone to know this. One day, Sharper Valentine came to us. Says he's got an opportunity. He's found something he didn't quite understand. He was willing to pay us both handsomely to help him understand it. And my dad said no. Your father and I believed in helping people. But the thing I could never get him to understand was it's a lot easier to help others if you help yourself now and then. Classic sidekick in the villain plotline. Walt loved being righteous, almost more than he loved his family. He was wrong about one thing, though. When he begged me not to take Valentine's offer, he said, Joseph, if a person says yes one time to Sharper Valentine, he'll make sure they keep on saying yes to him until the day he's dead and gone.
He shook his head wistfully.
Sharper's long gone, but he still got me saying yes. Is there a point to this sob story? Not really, no. Just an old man trying to delay what needs doing.
Nuncreed took a menacing step towards the children.
I tried to keep you safe. I tried to keep you and Juniper out of this. But you forced my hand.
Luca began to laugh.
What? You really don't know? My Gran isn't out of this. She's been scheming right under your nose. Juniper? Seems like she's planning on crashing the town's party. She's planning to disrupt the festival. Why would she?
The color drained from Nuncreed's face.
How does she know? Apparently she knows a lot of things. What? Let's just say this isn't the only underground layer we've busted into today. And honestly, hers is way cooler. She's got maps and explosives and bad intentions, big man.
Nuncreed grabbed Luca by the shoulders. His eyes were frantic.
You need to tell me what she's going to do right now. She doesn't understand what she is messing with. Tell me now. She's in danger, boy. I don't know. She had a map with a mark on the fountain in town square. The fountain? But why would...
A jolt of realization struck Mr. Nuncreed.
She knows about the source. What the heck is the source? If she tries to destroy the source, it could catalyze and... Dear God, she's gonna freeze us all. You need to run. Run where? Away. As far away from this town as you can get. Head west and don't look back. That did not go as I expected. So, we're totally following him, right? Totally. See on the other side? You good? Yep. I love this town.
Chapter 8. The Cold, Hard Truth.
We might finally be getting to the bottom of all this.
Beck leapt up, allowing the suction to yank her into the dark. Dimness eclipsed around her like the shutter of a camera, as she seemed to cover great distance in mere moments. Her only points of reference were glints of upcoming turns, which approached with frightening speed, only to carom her gracefully along. She heard the tinny, distant echoes of Rollo's glee. Once she stopped fighting against it, the ride was impossibly smooth. Then, all of a sudden, as
We're
if
back
light
here
flashed
again?
in an instant, light blazed into view.
We're back here again? Motherfucker!
A burst of wintry air snuffed across her face, and she was flung out into the cold.
So that's what that hole is. That was intense? Yeah. I think I might have parted with some fluids in there. That's a fancy way of saying you shit yourself. Any idea where we are? Somewhere cold. Doesn't look like it got any of us. It didn't feel like we traveled that far. So, where did it all go? This place sucks. Why would anyone even want to blow something up out here? Only one way to find out, I suppose. We just gotta catch up to Nuncreed. I think he went this way. And we know this area like the back of our hand, but first... Yep, still there. Alright, just making sure. This looks familiar. Yeah. Maybe we can clear off the snow? Oh, time. Nuncreed's getting away. Okay, this is starting to feel really familiar. I may not be the most well-versed on all things Beacon Pines, but this does look like some part of frozen replica of town. Ah, I got it. It's so obvious now. Mr. Nuncreed is an alien! Really? Rolo, stick with me here. His species can only live in sub-zero temperatures. Oh boy, here we go. The source is their base camp dimension, so naturally they keep it cold. We found it by traveling through those metallic wormholes back there. The final objective? Kill us all and shapeshift into a Beacon Pine citizen of their choosing. You never really had me. But you very much lost me there. You get used to it. We should keep moving. Agreed.
As they rounded the corner to the frozen town square, they spotted Mr. Nuncreed inching cautiously toward a pit at its center. He held his arms out gingerly, as if approaching a beast in the wild. Upon closing the distance, Luca recognized what Nuncreed was after. Gran stood confidently at the edge, one arm outstretched over the abyss. Nearby, a wheelbarrow had been emptied out. She held a lit torch, which flickered in the bitter wind.
Juniper, I don't know what you think you're doing, but I assure you this is not going to solve anything. If you drop that, you've doomed this whole town. Oh, it wasn't me who doomed this town. I've been watching you, Joseph. I know what you've done. You and your co-conspirators. Gran? What's happening? Luca, you and your friends need to leave right this moment.
Mr. Nuncreed turned back toward the kids, desperation in his eyes.
Listen to your grandma, Luca. This is between me and Juniper.
Rolo and Beck held steadfast in awe. Luca approached closer.
The music again.
Mr. Nuncreed spun back toward Gran, his voice growing louder.
You've got it all wrong, Juniper. Just hand over that torch. You don't understand what you're doing. How could I possibly trust you to do the right thing? Walt told me everything. He trusted you, and you betrayed his trust. Luca, did you know that this man's entire life is a lie? If it weren't for him, your father might still be alive.
Mr. Nuncreed winced with anguish. His voice hardened.
That's not true.
They both now yelled, not to each other, but at fate itself, making their peace with long-held burdens. The wind howled with encouragement.
Walt was like a brother to me. We just had different ideas about how to effect change. Very convenient that your wages happen to line your pockets. Now that's not fair.
They menaced at each other, both catching their breath. The moment balanced on a knife's edge.
A turning point.
Of emotions and memories. Luca's mind flooded with questions. The wind calmed, as if to give him the stage.
And in the stillness, he began to hum.
And in the stillness, he began to hum. After the death of his father, Luca had trouble sleeping. Each night, his mother would sit at the foot of his bed and hum a gentle melody. It was the only thing that could calm his mind. The only thing that, however briefly, could make it all seem okay. That melody pervaded every memory Luca had of his mother. Shivering in the raw snow, he began to hum it out loud. lowered the torch, listening closely. As recognition slowly set in, her heart sank. Those countless nights of consolation, the incomparable loss they shared together. She let the torch fall to the snow and sizzle out. A few steps toward Luca was all she could bear before dropping to the snow herself. Through a flood of tears, she began to hum along, note for note. Luca lifted his head in astonishment. The last time he heard that melody was the last night he saw his mother.
How did you know? I'm so sorry, my little buckaroo. Buckaroo? The only people who call me my dad and your mother.
Luca blinked through blurry, watery eyes, trying to see more clearly.
Wait a second.
He could just make out the impression of a familiar face. He peered across the snowscape at the woman on her knees. Something about her was undeniably his mother, only smaller, older, changed.
Mom? That's right, buckaroo. Mom!
Luca sprinted as fast as he could toward his mother. They held each other close, and the cold retreated from their bodies.
Eleanor? I thought you were gone. I should have known I would never. You should have known I would never abandon my son.
Eleanor looked down at Luca, tightening her embrace in an appeal for forgiveness.
How? You were a smart man, Joseph. I thought you would have pieced it together by now. You were exposed. Mom, I don't understand any of this. What happened to you? Where did you go? Why did you leave me? I never left you. I was always right here, Luca. Why did you lie to me? It tore me up, Luca, but I did it to keep you safe. I thought that getting answers would help us both move on. But the more I discovered, the more I realized the danger we were in. Until perennial harvest was stopped, it was better if everyone thought I was gone. No, you could have trusted me. These are bad people, Luca. They won't stop until they get what they want. And they don't care who gets hurt in the process. Then what do? We have to stop them.
Joseph slumped into the cold, wet snow.
They can't be stopped. This is too big. I tried beating them at their own game. I'm done fighting fire with fire.
For the first time in a long time, her voice felt like her own again.
No more lies. I see now. There's a better way to stop perennial harvest. The cold, hard truth.
Luca gazed down at Nuncreed with pity. He looked small. Joseph stared into the snow, as if searching it for answers.
Come on, everyone. We've got a party to crash. You don't understand. He always wins.
Chapter 9. The Devil You Know. 7 months ago.
Ooh, turning back the clock.
Eleanor Van Horn crept down the maze of sterile hallways under perennial harvest. She stopped in front of the large steel door marked Deep Engineering. No turning back now. She raised a trembling hand. The stolen keycard worked as promised, and the door buzzed open with mechanical efficiency. She was immediately hit with the smell of disinfectant. It was some sort of laboratory. In one corner was a desk covered in papers. Across the room stood a tall metal pod with hoses protruding from its base. She rushed to the desk and began shifting through the piles of papers. They were experiment reports on something called Tempest Liquamen.
The same stuff that causes the ice storms.
There were dozens of them, every one stamped failed. Eleanor heard the sharp echo of footsteps approaching. She was out of time. Her eyes scanned the room, eventually landing on the strange pod. Muttering a curse under her breath, she dashed over and dove inside.
And this is what change is all about. Oh. Grabbing the future by the scruff of the neck and making things happen. Change is a choice. I am tickled pink that we will be making that choice together. How great is that? This man is a liar. Excuse me? I will not. This town has a dangerous secret, and perennial harvest only exists to keep it hidden. Nonsense. They picked up the whole damn town and moved it right under our noses. You aren't making any sense, dear.
Mr. Kerr addressed the crowd with a sarcastic tone.
Imagine such a thing. It's absurd and just plain impossible. They promised they could fix the fallow harvest. They told us they would clean this place up. We just had to leave town for a few days. But while they had us evacuated, Miss Hartford, I'm afraid you're gonna have to ask too. I'm afraid you're a lot of things, aren't you? You sniveling little worm. This is growing tiresome. A little help, please? Don't you all see? This festival is a sham! An excuse to have the whole town gather in one place. You're planning something awful. I don't know what, but these people are wicked. Don't listen to her. She has absolutely no proof. I am the proof. I'm Eleanor Van Horn.
Whispers filtered through the crowd.
Well, aren't you just sneaky as the dickens? We all knew the Valentine's fertilizer was too good to be true, and now this whole town is paying the price. Ladies and gentlemen, I am so sorry about this disruption. My associates will take this obviously disturbed woman somewhere comfortable, so she can get the help she needs. She's not the one who's disturbed. You two-timing clown. You all know there's something wrong with this town. It's just easier to look the other way. The truth is... That's quite enough, Mr. Duncreed.
Torment dragged on Joseph Nuncreed's face.
Yes, sir. Take them away. No, I want them to see this. The ever temptress Eleanor Van Horn. You've been quite the thorn in my side, like a weed that's burrowed in where it doesn't belong. I must confess, you look dreadful.
He paused for a moment, plucking a piece of fuzz from his sweater and discarding it to the ground.
Consider yourself in rare company. You've managed to pull one over on me. It won't happen again. I knew you had some sort of plan to disrupt our little party, but alas, I expected something a bit more impressive than incoherent rambling. No matter, your failures are yours to bear. Mr. Kerr? Yes, sir? It is a shame it was cut short, but I thank you for that rousing oratory. I will take it from here. Yes, sir. Of course, sir. You have done quite the quality work for me, William. You can look forward to the recompies we've agreed on.
Kerr gave a bow of deference.
Founder, you are most gracious. The founder? This is who they were talking about earlier.
Gasps rippled through the crowd.
Thankfully, we could dispense with the formalities from here on out.
Solomon pulled a glass vial from his pocket. In
What?
one smooth motion, he downed its contents.
What?
A triumphant smile grew across Solomon's lips.
You could call me Sharper Valentine? You son of a sniffling bastard!
Body and face began to contort and expand as he disappeared into a belching green mist. A hushed horror gripped the crowd.
No
This
fucking
is a
way.
story about change.
What? No! Ha! So you didn't see that coming. Good.
Sharper examined his new hands.
Well, this is quite the improvement. Everything looks so much smaller now. Eleanor was right about one thing. This festival was a ruse. I wanted you all to witness my glorious return with your own eyes. Why does everyone look so downtrodden? This is a celebration, people. Maybe it would help if we set the mood. Mr. Kerr, be a dear and reveal the sign. Huh. Ha! Wonderful.
Sharper choked out a crude squawk of a laugh. Frustrated grumbles sprinkled through the crowd.
Sharper, you malicious bastard! Ha! One of the last few chimes I bet we're gonna be getting. I'm glad you're back so I can tell it to your face. You destroyed this town! We ain't gonna let you get away with it again! Sorry, this isn't the time for audience participation. Some assistance, Mr. Kerr?
Kerr gave a subtle nod to the clipboards.
You coward! Does anyone else have something to contribute?
A helpless quiet settled over the crowd.
I thought so. Did you all truly believe you could be free of me? A town of complete and utter fools? You people should be celebrating my return. You've clearly lost without me. And that leads me nicely to my children. Daddy? I gave you both the greatest gift a parent can give. The opportunity to prove yourselves in my absence. Squandered. Today to say I am disappointment would be an understatement. But silence Augustus, an adult is speaking. I don't know which is worse. A son who is completely hopeless? Or a daughter with such potential who inevitably lets me down? Eris, you fail me with admirable consistency. Thankfully, I was counting on it this time. Father, I have been wasting my time, my dear. What have you accomplished? I was focused on cementing our legacy. Legacy? Who needs a legacy when you can just live forever? But what about... It's alright, kiddo. I'm afraid you suffer from a complete lack of imagination. There's just no helping it. Now then, where is Joseph? You didn't take the opportunity to slip off, did you? Ah, there he is. Everyone should give him a hand. None of this would have been possible without Joseph. I think you've said enough. Nonsense! The people deserve to know the helpful and loyal, or how helpful and loyal you've been. I only did what I did because it left me no choice. You always had a choice, Joseph. You were simply too weak to take it. No matter. Cheer up! You're about to be rich beyond your wildest dreams. You should follow Mr. Kerr's example. When I found him, he was in a sorrier state than any of you. An aging actor, desperate to recapture his youth. He played his part, and soon he'll be able to play the leading man again. Forever, in fact, if he remains loyal. That goes for all of you. Well, those who haven't already frittered away my goodwill. Beacon Pines is mine again. And I am willing to share its spoils in exchange for absolute loyalty. Are you saying William Kerr was never in charge of Perennial Harvest? Ha! You think that puffed up Blathskate would have accomplished all of this? Dawn, I suppose it's time for your big exclusive.
Sharper addressed the crowd with indignant pride. He'd planned this moment for so long that now, at the deed's fruition, it almost felt frivolous.
You see, I needed a figurehead to hold things down while I orchestrated my return. Someone to misdirect, lie, and to bilk this town for a spell. So I invented William Kerr. Take your bow. You've earned it.
Mr. Kerr flourished a preposterously elaborate bow.
Patrick C. Montesquieu, Thespian extraordinaire at your service. No way, the one guy that wrote his own book? What the Who's this nobody? Founder, I just want to thank you again for this opportunity. It truly was the role of a lifetime. Wait, so this Bill Kerr was a patsy the whole time? Now that your secret is out in the open, what's to stop this whole town from rising up against you? Oh, that's the delicious part. Fear. Thanks to our clipboards, I know what each and every person in this town fears most. And I will make those fears manifest for anyone who steps out of line. The choice is simple. I'm not afraid of you. The young hero. I kept a keen eye on you, boy. And you and your friends made a habit of disrupting my plans. What a pity. If things would have gone a bit differently, you might have had your moment of triumph. But that's fate for you. You can't do this. Oh, but I can. I have won. Never estimate what a great man could do, given time. And now time is my plaything. Perhaps the most expensive thing I've ever bought, but well worth it. Ha!
Sharper coughed up one final laugh and cracked his knuckles.
Enough chit-chat. Let's get to work, shall we?
And so, Sharper set about remaking the town in his own image. The fertilizer factory soon reopened for business. Sales rose steadily as more and more farmers across the countryside began to swear by its miraculous properties. Beacon Pines became famous, a secretive town that, for the right price, shared its gifts with all. Gifts that became more and more necessary in a world where winters grew longer and longer. The end.
Is that really the ending?
This is wrong.
Didn't think so.
Things are becoming clearer now.
I feel like we're getting close. I think we gained one more charm towards the very end. It's got to be used somewhere.
You can feel it, right?
Oh, yes.
We can't let Sharper win. He might just be the key to this whole thing.
We're getting very close.
Let's see.
Unfortunately, though, we are going to have to leave what could possibly be the grand finale for next time, because it's getting late. But anyways, I don't know what the hell I was going to say there. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. It has been an absolute joyride playing this game, and I feel like things are finally starting to come to fruition. It's getting really close. I can feel it. Hopefully, we can all tie this up with a nice little bow and just be done with it all. In a good way. But until next time, God bless, take care. We'll see you guys on the other side. Bye-bye.